It's the spice. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabrielle if it's your first time here. Today I am hitting you with my updated fragrance collection. Since my last fragrance collection video, my collection has basically doubled. If it's one thing I love talking about with you guys here on my channel is perfumes. So of course, if it's your first time here and you like these sort of videos as well as lifestyle vlogs, adventures and more, be sure to click that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I appreciate you. Alright, let's get into the fragrance. Today's fragrance video is extra special because my friends at Dossier have also sent me 2 new fragrances to try that have added to my collection, and these 2 that I'll first talk about are Floriantel Coconut and Oriental Tobacco. Dossier's logo is iconic scents, designer quality, no markup, and that's exactly what they do. They recreate some of your favorite luxury designer fragrances at a fraction of the cost. Floriantel Coconut was inspired by Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc, and Oriental Tobacco was inspired by Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. You can get all of these designer inspired fragrances for all of maybe $29, $39 or $49. Also, if you want an additional 10% off, I have a coupon Gabrielle C10, which you can use to get 10% off of your next fragrance. And if it's your first time using Dossier site, you can also use that 10% off with the 20% off welcome code. Who doesn't like a discount? Anyway, let's get into it. I will start with Oriental Tobacco. I was most excited about this fragrance. So Oriental Tobacco, the top notes are tobacco, ginger, apricot. The middle notes are honey, vanilla, and cocoa, and the base notes are tonka bean, dry fruits, and blonde woods. Ooh, let's have a whiff. I love the smokiness and the spiciness of this. When it comes to nighttime fragrances in particular, and fragrances I just personally feel that make me feel really sexy, they tend to be very spicy fragrances. And if you're a spicy girl like me, this is gonna be right up your alley. I can see myself wearing this with a really, you know, all black, baddie, maybe deep cut outfit and going out, some heels, going to a really nice high-end restaurant or something and just making a statement. I feel like this is what this fragrance does. It makes a statement. It's long lasting and it projects. You will walk into a room and people will really, they will turn their head like, what are you wearing? Because wow, this one did not disappoint me at all, and it definitely means that I'm probably going to pick up that Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille in the future. So the next recent addition to my collection is another one from Dossier called Floriantel Coconut. So the top notes of this one: cardamom, pistachio, bergamot, and the middle notes ylang-ylang, tuberose, and jasmine. Base notes are cedarwood, amber, and coconut. This fragrance is inspired by Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc, and if you are a person who likes to watch perfume review videos like I do, you will definitely have heard people say that they will either love or hate Soleil Blanc, and a lot of people tend to say that it smells like a beach, it smells like a holiday, it smells like a vacation. I get that, but at the same time, me living in the Caribbean, I'm kind of like, Okay, when you first spray it, the pistachio hits you. It really hits you hard in the opening. It smells like ice cream, but then the creaminess of the coconut comes in a little bit further down. I feel like I'm having coconut water on the beach, but at the same time ice cream. Personally, I don't know how I really feel about this. If you are very much a coconut fragrance lover, you would definitely like this. I can see why people say it smells like a holiday. This does give me sea breeze. It does give me coconut water vibe. However, is it a fragrance I would wear? not 100% sure. It's a pleasant scent, but I'm not sure how often I would reach for it. But this one is Floriantel Coconut, inspired by Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. Okay, so another new fragrance in my collection is Fenty Eau de Parfum. So this is what the bottle looks like. It's very minimalistic and quite pretty. It's got the Fenty logo up at the top. It's a very, very, very pretty bottle, I must say. I do wish that this was gold. In terms of my thoughts on the fragrance, I did a full comprehensive first impressions and review of this fragrance, and that video is popping up to my channel very soon. I will definitely say when you smell it, 3 things hit you. That's rose, spice, and sweets. But you'll find out how I feel about it in the review. So this one is Fenty Parfum. Next up is actually a sample size or a miniature size. This is Replica Beach Walk. This is what the bottle looks like. It's so cute, so cute, and there's quite a lot in here actually. So this is definitely giving you enough time to really try the fragrance and know if you like it or not. So this fragrance, I actually really like it. If I had to pick a fragrance that really smells like a holiday, I think this one smells way more like a holiday to me. Beach Walk, it smells like expensive tequila, and I know often when we refer to perfumes smelling like alcohol, you know, it means that they probably smell cheap or they have a high alcohol concentration. Okay, so I'm not talking about that kind of alcohol. I just means in terms of something that it reminds me of. It definitely reminds me of some very rich, creamy, expensive tequila, but then with a dash of salt water and a little bit sweet. When I smell this, I can really imagine myself wearing all white, walking down some luxury all-inclusive resorts. This is what this reminds me of in a big way. A beautiful daytime fragrance. It is very, very feminine, very light. So this is Replica Beach Walk. The next fragrance that I picked up this year is one that has been on my list. Comment down below, by the way, if you have a list of perfumes that you want to smell or try or buy. Right, I know I can't be the only one. The next fragrance in my collection that I picked up, Giorgio Armani C, and I got the large 100 ml bottle. This is what the bottle looks like. She's hefty, okay? I had smelt this fragrance since 2019 in a department store in New Zealand, and I knew then and then that I wanted it and that I would eventually add it to my collection. I really like this scent. I reach for it in the day, I reach for it in the night. I just feel like it's a very safe scent, but it is very spicy. Not mistaken, I believe that this one is the intense version. So there are loads of different variations of Giorgio Armani C. I think there's a floral one, there's a fruity one, like a passion fruit fruity one, and then there's the intense. I believe this is the intense, it's the darker one, described as fruity, amber, woody, and warm spice. I've only had it for maybe about 3 months now, and it's a 100 ml bottle, and I'm already making a dent, so that should say something. The next fragrance in my collection is one that is quite special to me. So this is La Vie est Belle by Lancome, and this fragrance is special to me because it was my grandmother's. So just to know, it was a scent that my granny liked and that she used. You know, it's very special to me. It smells very sweet. Yeah, it's definitely, it's sweet, but it's grown and sexy sweet. Certainly this is a sweet fragrance, but it's not like Britney Spears sweet. Very lovely scent, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. So this is La Vie est Belle. Now the next fragrance I'm going to talk about is one that I recently got. Oh my gosh, it matches my outfit. It's a miniature and it's absolutely so cute. It is Tom Ford's Black Orchid, and the Black Orchid line, the whole Orchid line of Tom Ford tend to be very popular. They're a little bit more affordable than Tom Ford's private blends, This one, I'm not sure if it's unisex or not, but it's definitely, it's very strong. It gives me licorice vibes. That's just the first thing I think of when I smell it. Don't particularly like it though. If I had blind bought this fragrance, I would have been mad, okay? Some people love it. I'm not one of those people. Notes of this are truffle, gardenia, blackcurrant, among some others. I will put them up on the screen. But something about this I just don't like. It really just gives me that like the black licorice candy. This one, it's not for me. Cute bottle though. In my last fragrance collection video, I definitely bad talked this fragrance, and now I love it. See how things change? You know, I definitely think you have to give scents some time and really use them to see how you like them, because you never know, a scent that you may hate at first, you may just end up loving and using every day. This is Dolce & Gabbana, The Only One. And let me tell you, particularly like to use this fragrance to go to bed. I take a shower at night and I spray this right here on my chest. Something about it, it has very warm notes. So there's vanilla in here, I believe there's caramel in here, and something about the warm notes with the cool nights going to bed, very edible, and I just really like it. So this is actually a scent that I may end up using at night whenever outside actually opens, and it definitely lasts pretty long on my skin as well. It's Dolce & Gabbana, The Only One. She's in my favorites now. The next fragrance I'm going to talk about is actually another one from Dossier. This one is Floriantel Brown Sugar, and it was inspired by YSL Mont Paris. If you guys follow my vlogs, you would have seen me talking about this a few months ago, but look at it. It's almost halfway. This is a 50 ml. I've really been loving this fragrance, and it made me realize how much I want to pick up YSL Mont Paris. Notes of this are bergamot, raspberry, and pear. Middle notes are jasmine, orange blossom, and brown sugar, and the base notes are patchouli, amber, and vanilla. I just think this is such a perfect blend of notes, and I really love this fragrance. As I said, it's inspired by YSL Mont Paris. I'll definitely be picking that up, but until then, if you want to, you can always pick this up on Dossier's website for only $29. We cannot have a fragrance collection video without me talking about my favorite fragrance. This is Chanel's Gabrielle, and this is the Essence. So from the time you hear Essence and not even Eau de Parfum, you should know she is strong, okay? She is strong. She projects. It's the spice. Okay. It's the spiciness for me, honestly. This is my favorite fragrance. It's floral and spicy and just perfect, honestly, perfect. Personally, I think if I had to pick only one fragrance out of my collection to have for life, it will be this one. It really would be this one. And not just because the fragrance actually has my name, not just because of that, but I genuinely really love this fragrance. If you want to smell expensive, if you want to smell like a boss babe, if you want to have a strong perfume that when you walk by, it's going to linger and people will smell you even though you are several feet ahead, this is the one. Floral and spicy. This is your girl. This is just that perfume for me, and I just really love her. She will always be in my collection. This is Gabrielle Chanel Essence. So the next one in my collection I spoke about in my last video, but again, this is another one that my feelings have slightly changed. So this is Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. So this is the pink one. Personally, even though I have clearly abused this fragrance, lately I have been leaning more towards the spicier and sweeter fragrances, so I haven't been reaching for this as much. I still love her, but I just really don't reach for her very often anymore. Very fresh and clean. You're gonna get a lot of grapefruit, just just very clean, fresh, watery notes. This is a great daytime scent, especially when it is very, very hot outside. So I will still grab her on very, very hot days. Maybe if I'm going to the beach, if I'm going to be outdoors. The longevity of this in very hot tropical weather is not, I mean, the longevity of any perfume in tropical weather will not be that great, but the longevity of this is really nothing to shout about on my skin in the hot tropical weather. I love her. I really like to smell her, but I definitely have to layer her with other fragrances if I want something that's going to last me all day. Other than that though, she is still my very lovely, fresh and clean, dainty fragrance in my collection. It is Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. Alright, of course in my collection I have Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. She's a classic. I think that every girl should have her in their collection. Feminine and fresh and clean. You can use this in the night, you can use this in the day, you can use this all year round. I think if you're just looking for a really good fragrance to use all year, every day, in the office, transition into a night out, you could definitely wear Coco Mademoiselle. This is Coco Mademoiselle Chanel. The next fragrance in my collection is Jimmy Choo Fever. She smells sweet, she projects, she's very strong. Okay, you spray too much of this on you, that's a choking hazard. I like to use this fragrance to bed, to sleep. It's a home fragrance for me. Longevity wise, Jimmy Choo does okay, not terrible but not the best. I think a lot of young women would really like the scent. It does smell very, very sweet for sure, but it could easily give you a headache. It could easily be too sweet. Like one spray of this is enough, to be honest. If you spray too much of this on you, you're gonna be choking everybody who you pass by. Like, yeah. This is Jimmy Choo Fever. But this is Rihanna's Reb'l Fleur. Yes, this is still in my collection. Is this the Intense? I think so. This is Reb'l Fleur's Love Always, and I will love her always. I think this is just such a pleasant scent to have in your collection. It surprisingly lasts pretty long on my skin, at least. I actually enjoy mixing her with Gabrielle Chanel. I think this is my signature right here, this mixture, because the spiciness and the floral of this and the expensive smell of this mixed with the sweet, alluring sexiness of this, perfect combo. Okay, this fragrance really does it for me. She's always going to be in my collection. Rihanna's Reb'l Fleur is J'adore Dior. I really need to get a new one of these. J'adore Dior started this entire collection. It was really the first fragrance that made me fall in love with designer and high-end fragrances, and she's what started the collection. It comes a close second for me to Gabrielle Chanel. I'm certainly going to repurchase this when it's done. Longevity on this is ridiculous. This will stay on you and stay on your clothes for the entire day. I think you can wear this in both the day and the night. I do like to grab this when I'm going out at night when I don't wear Gabrielle Chanel. I think this is a classic. This is a Lady Million. We saw her in my last collection, so I won't spend too much time on her, but Lady Million is a very spicy, very sexy scent. She is almost done as well. I really love this fragrance. This is another night out favorite. I like to mix these two as well. To be honest, I find them slightly similar in smell, except this is definitely a lot more spicy, but they're both sweet in the same sort of way. The male version of this fragrance is very popular, but I don't see a lot of women talking about this fragrance, and I don't know why, because this one definitely smells good and I will be keeping her in my collection for a while. Paco Rabanne Lady Million. The last fragrance that I really want to talk about. I ordered a big bottle, but it did not make it for this video tonight. However, I still have the sample. This is Skylar Vanilla Sky. This is an eau de toilette, but it is a fragrance that I found through a sample on Sephora and fell in absolute love with it. This fragrance smells like straight up vanilla, but in the absolute best way. It is like a warm hug. It is a creamy vanilla. You just smell so edible. In fact, I'm gonna spray a little bit of this on right now. Oh, I love this. It's such a creamy, well done vanilla. It's like a cloud. It's sweet but a warm hug. You will smell very edible. Okay, I think this is a great fragrance, especially now that we are entering fall and going into the winter. For those of you in seasonal countries, this would be a great fall and winter date night fragrance. If you love vanilla scents, get this. The last fragrance that I'm going to talk about tonight, this is Skylar Vanilla Sky. Alright you guys, that is it for my updated fragrance collection video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any of these fragrances in your collection and if you are thinking about getting any of them, as well as if you have any fragrance suggestions for me. It was lovely. I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!